toenails and my fingernails tomorrow.
All right. Defna Musa, good to see you again. And I hope you'll have a great week this week. And of course, for some people, all the time staying home, we don't have much difference between weeks, right? Most of the time, you're just spending your time in the same room in front of the laptop or just using telephone, I think. But now these days also we have 2 week old universities and schools are closed. I go to work every day, but my kids and everybody is at home. Everybody's holding telephone and laptop. Anyway, so Defna Musa, last time you had test number 2. And maybe this is your first time you are taking such tests, because in most schools, online tests, you have to just choose the right answer, and the questions are multiple choice questions, or you have to just write a short answer required question. Just you need to write the answer. You do not have to show your work. But with me, actually, I want to see how you are approaching the problem, what method you are using, and you're going through what steps. That is important for me. Okay, that's why I want to see how you are thinking. But unfortunately, I don't know, maybe I couldn't explain well, maybe you didn't understand. Okay, I give this test to about 10 students. Almost nobody did as I expected, as I instructed, as I explained during the class time. So that's why I'm going to we'll talk about this test, maybe not today. Okay, you just keep waiting, it's not a big problem. Let's do our class. I'll try to finish this chapter 4 today. If we cannot, maybe next time we will finish. And if we have time, then we will discuss test 2. Okay, how we should do this kind of test. All right, because just doing this test and taking the picture and sending me in different files, I'm not dealing with maybe 3-5 students. Okay, I have a lot of students. I cannot grade this kind of papers. So you have to do as I instructed, so it will be easy for you, and also you learn how to do in a systematic way. And I think from now on, from this year on, right, I think this online teaching will never stop. Even if you go to the campus, some classes will be still online. Yes, Daphne.
Teacher, my parents always check all of my homeworks after I finish, and like some of the questions that I couldn't do, my parents really liked the questions, and they told me that like they're not hard questions. You don't have to know a lot of knowledge to solve them, but you have to think like carefully. And like they told me, if you continue like this classes and stuff or get in tests like this, I don't think a lot of people will be able to succeed such questions, since like they're not just hard, you have to think carefully in order to answer them.
Daphne, I don't get your point. What do you mean? Do you mean that you have to practice this kind of questions more, or do you mean that you have to do different type of questions?
No, my parents just like the whole idea of these questions, and I also think that these kinds of questions really help you understand. And like these kinds of questions are always also going to be asked in IGCC, I think, and the same sort of questions were asked. They're asked the same kind of questions in the Turkish exam to get into the high school.
Good. Maybe if your parents checked and had a look, I'm sure that's because I chose these questions very carefully. And anyway, Daphne, here, what I believe is when you are learning something, the most important thing is number one is okay, knowledge, and after the discipline, you know. Okay, I asked a question and you tried this. Okay, and also here we are maybe like 6 7,000 kilometers away from each other. You know, I cannot just go, okay, Daphne, sit here, do it, let me see your work, or Musa, show me your work. I can't do this. So the only way we communicate with each other is this through online, right, through internet. So that's why this actually tradition, somehow we need to improve our methods. In general, Daphne, maybe we will have a look at your test, but a bit later, okay, because now we have to finish two things here. If I can finish, we will discuss about test. If we cannot, then next time, maybe 30 minutes, we will only discuss about the test, how to do this, how to pose a question, how to solve this, okay? So definitely here in solving IGCSE or A level or AS, maybe if you're thinking to go to the United States, SAT, for example, okay. So the first challenge is knowledge. And second challenge is, what is it? It is time. All right. Just knowing something is not enough. Also, can you do this in a given time? And in real life, everything is restricted, right? We don't have infinite amount of time or infinite amount of something. Everything is limited. So the thing is, how can we use this in very efficient way? Anyway, okay, guys, we will talk about this, but now I don't want to talk about this right now. Let's talk about these problems. As you see in the screen, 4.1.5, two problems left. I will finish this, and we will talk about 4.2, okay, and 4.3. And review questions we will do next time. And after that, also we will discuss about the test, either today or Thursday. Okay, Daphne, thank you very much for your positive feedback. And I hope if you just keep doing this, okay, and I'm sure that not only among your students, as your parents, maybe they all also very experienced guys, immediately they understood. And this will help you, I mean, a lot. Next year, grade 9, grade 10, even when you go to university, you will see that you will use these fundamental ideas. Usually students have difficulty when you go to a college or university if they have problem with their fundamental knowledge from their high school math knowledge, okay? And that's why we are building your foundation. I hope you will have, I mean, everything will be good. Guys, here, from here, two questions left, 7, 18, and 19, and 20. Okay, I mean, three questions. So, and after that, we will talk about something else. Then if you have time, we will talk about the test. Another question, as you remember, we were solving problems involving quadratic equation. And also here, your quadratic equations can be factorized. That means that you are supposed to solve these quadratic equations by factorization. Okay? Go talk to your mother. You're so funny sometimes. Okay. I'm talking to my son. He plays telephone too much, I think. That's why now his stomach hurts. Is that right? You want to talk to my students, boss? Huh? Come. They want to talk to you. Are you sure? I have a gamer, you know, he's a professional gamer. He's 6 years old, but he can beat everybody in the world. You want to talk to him? Look, yeah, my see. Come. Look. He's shy. He's running away. Okay. You told me that you're the best gamer, right? Sure. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Kumar lives in the eastern part of Singapore. Singapore, as you know, Singapore is a country, but very small city. And at the same time, the most expensive city in the world, almost like Tokyo, Moscow, right? London, New York is very expensive. Even one simple lunch, you have to pay around $20, $30. Very simple lunch. Anyway, good. Mr. Kumar lives in the eastern part of Singapore. He visits his aged parents, means old parents, right? Who live 36 kilometers away every weekend. All right, here we are talking about traveling, right? Here Mr. Kual lives A, and here his grandparents. And the distance between these 2 points is 36 kilometers. He finds that if he increases his average speed of his vehicle by 12 kilometers per hour, he could save 9 minutes of his traveling time. Find the speed at which he travels before the increase in speed. Before he increases his speed, let's say his normal speed is, let's say distance is equal to speed times time. Here time is in hours. In the second case, he's saying that if, right, the average speed of his vehicle by increased by 12 kilometers, now he's traveling at not s kilometers per hour. Now he's traveling at s plus 12 kilometers per hour. Since you are traveling at higher speed, it takes less time to arrive at your destination. He could save 9 minutes of his traveling time. So now this time he spends less, that is t minus, and we are talking everything actually in hours, so we have to convert this minutes into hours. So here we have 9 over, what is it, 60, right? 9 over 60 hours. So what is the question here? Okay, it looks a bit weird. So here we have plus 12. Okay, find the speed at which he travels before the increase in speed. So we have to find this s. Okay, so they cannot see, you know. Do you want to talk to them? Huh? Yeah. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Okay, if you're say go sleep. Yeah, because they cannot see you well. Okay, Musa, definitely that's the problem. As I say here, in distance time problems are very similar. Maybe numbers are a bit different at the time. It may get a little bit complicated, but the idea is the same. So since we have to find s, right, we know the distance. So from here, we need to eliminate t from the equations because we don't need t to solve this equation. So from the first equation, what is our d? D equals 36, right? So from the first equation, t equals 36 over s. Now I have to substitute into the second equation. Before this, first, let me expand this. So here we have on the left-hand side, d, that's equal to 36. On the right-hand side, s times t. Here we have s times t minus, here we have 9 over, let me simplify, 9 over 60. So 9 over 60 is equal to 3 over 20, right? So ST, here we have 3 over 20 times S plus 12T minus 12 times 3 over 20. Now, what is ST, Musa? ST equals 36, right? As see from here, ST equals 36. So these two things cancel out each other. And also, I'm going to eliminate t from the equation, minus 3 over 20 s plus 12 times. What is t? T equals 36 over s minus, and if you simplify by 4, 3 times 3, it is 9 over 5. On the right-hand side, we have 0. Defna, is everything correct? I think it's correct, right?
Yes, I think
So
so
now,
too.
what can we do here? Let's multiply both sides by, what is it? Multiply both sides by 20s. Okay, if you multiply by 20s, maybe I can multiply minus 20s, doesn't matter. Okay, let me multiply by minus 20s. So here minus minus, they cancel each other. 20, 20, they cancel each other. So here we have 3s squared. And how about if you multiply that thing, because it has s, let me just write in the next term, minus minus, it is plus 20 over 5, it is 5. I mean 4 times 9 is 36. So here we have 36s. Now here we have minus 12 times 36 over s. S cancels each other. So here we have 12 times 36 times 20. That's equal to 0. Intentional, I didn't multiply it yet. Still, I can simplify, I think. If you divide both sides by 3, so here we have s squared plus 12s minus 12 is divided by 3. It is 4 times 36 times 20 is equal to 0. So now we have to solve this by, what is it, factorization. Or I will use another method. I will just use this method. X plus h squared is equal to k. Can I bring this into this form? Yes. Here we have,
I
I can write it as s squared. This 12s, we can write it as 2 times 6 times s. And here we have 36 minus, or take everything to the right hand side, 36 plus 4 times 36 times 20. Okay, again guys, on purpose I'm not multiplying this. On the left hand side, as you see, it's a perfect square. That's equal to s plus 6 squared. How about on the right hand side? Here we have 136. Here we have 36, right? So here we have 80, or just take 36 to the outside. Here we have 1 plus 80. So here we have 36 times 81. Okay, so now we have to solve this equation. I mean, I need a little bit more space. Okay, I can solve it here. So what we have here, we have something like this, right? S plus 6 squared equals 36 times 81. So here we have then s plus 6 should be equal to square root of 36, that is 6, square root of 81, that is 9, right? From here, what is s? S equals 54 minus 6, that's equal to 48. And how about the second solution? That s plus 6 will be minus 6 times 9, but that is negative, right? The answer will be negative. We know that we always use positive. Speed is actually, later you will see that speed is defined as the absolute value of velocity. That means it's always positive. That's why in cars we have speedometer, right? It always shows positive number. But when you say velocity, velocity is a bit different. It's a vector quantity because it has direction. It may be negative or positive, but speed is always positive. So since we have to find s from this equation, then dot, 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 before she increased his speed or her speed was, or original speed was 48 kilometers per hour. Okay, the techniques we are using here, it's not so complicated, but just, it's a bit long. You have to go through these steps. That's why sometimes students, when they are moving from one step to another step, they just forget to write minus. Instead of minus, they write plus. Instead of 12, they write 11. Because of this, they made some technical mistakes. And here, okay, Daphne, Musa, if you have any question, please, about this question. If you don't have, we'll move to the next question. Yes,
I
Musa.
didn't
Yes.
understand where s square plus 20 and square minus 4 divide minus 4 multiply 36 multiply 20. But what should you do? What divide something or what? I didn't understand.
Are you talking about this step, Musa?
No, from
Which one?
this to this. How
Huh.
did you do this?
Okay. All right. So, what is your question about this?
How did you do this? What multiplied by what? Or divided by what?
No, no, no. I'm just taking this to the right hand side. I'm not multiplying this. But you got you know how to get this, right? Here we have 12, and here we get 36, and I multiply both sides by 20. So here we have 12 times 36 times 20. Then after that, I took this number to the right hand side. And after that, I added 36 to both sides. Musa, is your question that where did we get this number, or?
No, because there's 20. Wait, there's 20. You get 4, but 36 is 36. This to this.
Okay, so
Why other numbers didn't change?
no, because here, Musa, if you divide, for example, 20 times 36, if you divide by 4, how do you divide this? Here, 20, I can write it as 4 times 5 times 36 over 4. We just cancel out these 4s, right? Also like this, here we have 12. Let me just write here, 12, 36 times 20. Now I'm dividing both sides by 4, right? That means I can just divide it like this. I can write it as 12 over 4 times 36 times 20. Now, what is actually, if you divide 12 by 4, it is equal to 3. So here we have 3 times 36 times 20. We do not divide each number by 4. We just divide by 4. Actually, we are not dividing. We are factorizing and just canceling out the common factor. That's it. Here, the common factor is 4, right? This 12, we can write it as 4 times 3 times, and other numbers we don't have to factor. And here we have 4. So these 4s cancel out each other. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, then. Next problem. Okay. Daphne, can you read the problem?
A man sold X similar books for $132. If he had sold X minus 1 books, but changed $1 more for each, charged $1 more for each book, he would have received the same amount of money. Find the value of X.
Okay. Again, actually, if you, as you practice more problems, you will see that problems are different, but their mathematical solution is the same, exactly the same. We are only talking about, as I told you last time, this kind of relationship, that Z is equal to X times Y. And a lot of problems, when you model this mathematically, their equation is like this. If you're talking about distance, distance equals speed times time, right? If you're talking about the total cost is number of items and the individual price, for example. If you're talking about volume of water and this time takes and the rate of the pipe, for example, in T hours, if the rate of the pipe is, let's say, R liters per minute, so it can fill the container whose capacity or volume is V liters in T minutes. As you see here, just it's all about this equation, Z equals X times Y. Anyway, so here we are talking about, what is it? A man sold X similar books. X similar books for $132. So now I can just write this equation. So that one is 132. What is it? That is the total cost, right? And X similar books. And if I ask you, what is the price of one book? I don't know. Let's say the price of one book is N dollars, so that we can sell X similar books. Now, in the second part of the question, it says that if he has sold X minus books. So in the second case, if he has sold X minus 1 books, but charged $1 less. So now he charged not N dollars, but N minus $1. For each book, he would have received the same amount of money. So this total is not changing, $132. Now from here, what is the question? Question is find the value of X. So from these two equations, what is the value of X? Okay, so that's the question. Now we have two equations, we have two variables. If the number of equations equals the number of variables, always we can solve such equations. From here, since we need to find x, so we need to eliminate n from our equations. All right, let's continue. From the first one, from the first equation, what is n? N equals 132 over x, right? And from the second equation, or I can just substitute there. First, let's expand this 132 on the right hand side, x times n, that is nx, x times -1 minus x, -1 times n, negative n, -1 times -1 plus 1. We know that nx is equal to 132, so they just cancel out each other. Now what we have here? Here we have, take everything to the left hand side. Here we have x plus n minus 1 is equal to 0. Now x plus, what is n? N equals 132 over x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now if you multiply both sides by x, because we know that x is not equal to 0, so we can actually do or carry out this operation. Multiply both sides by x. Here we have x squared, and -1 times x, negative x, and here we have plus 132 is equal to 0. Now, can we factorize this 132 so that in such a way that the sum of two numbers equals -1 and the product is 132? What are those numbers? Is it 11 and 12? I think so. So here we have -12. Is something wrong here? Yes, Daphne, where did we make a mistake? Okay, if you find a mistake, I will give you extra 10 points. I see the mistake, but where is that mistake? We made one technical mistake. Musa, can you see the mistake?
I not watched out. Yes. Yet.
Daphne, where is the mistake?
Is it the part my?
Actually, here it says charge $1 more, right?
Ah, yes.
So here, what did we
Not
write here? N,
one,
it should be
plus
n plus 1, right?
Okay.
So it
But
should
then
be,
you wrote down there +1.
yeah, nx plus x and minus n minus 1. So it should be -1.
Why?
Then here we have x, 132. It should be minus, right? Also, this should be minus.
Okay.
Okay, here we have no problem, right? -1 times 1, so it is.
Yes.
Wait. All right. So here we have x minus n minus 1 is equal to 0. Or x minus n equals 132 over x minus 1 is equal to 0, right? So here we have x squared minus x minus 132, that's equal to 0. So we can just write 132 as 12, -12 times 11, and -1 is -12 plus 11. So we can factorize it as x minus 12 and x plus 11. That's equal to 0. Or x equals 12 here, or x equals -11. And what is x? We know that x is the number of books, right? We do not use negative numbers to count the number of objects or books or people or anything. So this answer is rejected. This answer is rejected. We don't need, actually, it doesn't serve as an answer. So the answer we want is 12. What is the question? Find the value of x dot dot dot. The value of x is 12. Okay. Musa, Daphne, is everything clear? Okay, if
Yes.
everything is clear, guys, Daphne, Musa, then the last question is for you. I will give you 5 minutes. If you have a piece of paper on your table, do it on a piece of paper or wherever you like. And if you have, you can write it on a tablet. You can just do it and screenshot and you will share with me. Okay. All right.
So
What?
we are
What
going to
didn't hear you? Did what on paper?
Yes, Musa, say again. What did you say?
I didn't hear. Take tablet and do what?
No, this question 20. Can you see question 20?
Yes.
Okay, you should solve this question. You have 5 minutes and tell me the answer. If your answer is correct, then I will have a look at your work. If it is wrong, then no need to look at your work, right? So if you're ready to start, you have 5 minutes. Timer 5 minutes. Okay. I will drink some water, all right? And after 5 minutes, we will discuss this problem. Daphne, Musa, how is it going? 3 minutes past. Everything okay?
I didn't know. I had an equation 8x minus 2m equals 0.
Are you solving, Musa? If you didn't finish it. Let's finish
I
it.
didn't.
Daphne, how about you?
I also like built up an equation, but I still haven't came to the end. I'm solving it. I think I
Okay.
got the hang.
Good. You have 2 more minutes. Let's see what result you will get, and after that, we'll do it together. Okay, 5 minutes already. Did you get any results,
No.
Defna?
I didn't know.
Sure.
Did it?
I think if I have one more minute, I can figure it out. But
1
I'm
more
not.
minute. Okay, 1 more minute is yours. All right. 1 more minute, the last minute.
Found it.
What is it?
I found that 47 equals to x.
No, what is your answer? The question is find the value of x. What is the value of x?
47.
47. Are you sure? It's a lot.
I know.
$47 per hour, and you're working just fast food restaurant. Even United States, USA, they don't pay that much, you know.
What if it's like his parents' job or like somebody that they know? Or he's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I found it.
actually, Singapore, for example, for 1 hour, they pay around $6 up to $25. I mean, if you work at fast food restaurant, this kind of things. Anyway, let's see. So we are talking about two people. Usually, let me just make a table. Here we are talking about Adam, and second one is who? Jenny. And that one is the rate, right? And this one is time. It says Adam, or is a fast food restaurant that pays X dollars per hour. So that is X dollars per hour. How about Jenny? Jenny, it is X plus $2 per hour. Adam works 8 hours more per week than Jenny. So that means that if Jenny works T hours a week, then Adam works T plus 8 hours, right? And it says that they each earn 192 a week. So that means that here, rate times time, it gives us the total income, right? So that is 192 for Adam. That is X times T plus 8. And for Jenny, again, also she earns 192 dollars a week. So that is X plus 2 times T. Yes, Musa, what is the question?
I do it again, and I have answer. Is it answer is 6? That Adam is $6
Oh,
per hour,
yeah,
and
it looks more realistic, I think. So you mean that X is equal to 6, right?
yes.
Okay, I don't know. I think so. We will see. Okay, here, again, guys, the important thing is not getting the right answer. Can we model this in the correct way? So that if you know this technique, this method, then even the question is more complicated, we can solve this. Okay, using algebra. So that is our equation. So we need to find x, so we don't need t here, right? From the second equation, what is t? T equals 192 over x plus 2. And now if you substitute there, the second equation, here we have 192 is equal to x times, what is t? 192 over x plus 2. And here we have, what is it? 8. So that is our equation, right? So we have to solve it now. If I multiply both sides by x plus 2, so here we have 192 x plus 2 will be equal to, here we have x times 192 plus x times 8 times x plus 2. Just right here in rectangle bracket. Okay, here I just multiplied both sides by x plus 2. So we need to solve this equation. Here we have 192x plus 2 times 192, it is 4, 18, and 2, it is 3, is equal to 192x plus 8x times x, 8x squared, plus 16 times x, 16x, right? So these two things, they cancel each other. At the same time, I can divide all these numbers by 8 because this is divisible by 8, that is divisible by 8, divisible by 8. So here we have x squared plus 2x minus, if you divide by 8, 4, 64, it is 8. So that's equal to 0, right? And we know that this 48, we can write it as 8 times minus 6. So I can write it as x minus 6, x plus 8 is equal to 0. So we have two answers here, x equals 6 or x equals negative 8, right? And since we are talking about the number of, the rates, it cannot be negative number. So the value of x is equal to 6. And also the number of hours that Adam works, how do you find this? The number of hours Adam works is t plus 8, right? So what is t plus 8? T plus 8 is 192 is divided by 6, which is equal to 32. That means that Adam earns $6 an hour per hour, and he works 32 hours a week. Okay, Daphna, Musa, this is how we solve and how we model this problem. All right. And do we have any question? No.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, Daphna.
How come I found like 188? So what I did was like something that I used to do when it's called like a bubble solution. So there's sort of like the same two kinds of unknown numbers, and like, so I thought it would be y plus 8 and y, when you multiply them together, it would be 384. So I tried to find y from that way, and then I built up another like equation trying to find how much x is y equals to, so that I could find how much y x equals to.
Daphna, if you have a work, where did you solve it? In your iPad or paper?
Yes, iPad.
Yeah, can you screenshot and share with me? Let me see your work. How did you do that?
Okay.
Okay, let me see. But what I have shown here, Daphna, that is an algebraic way, okay, because here we are talking about algebra. Here we are learning or studying how to solve problems using algebra. Using algebra means introducing, I'm not saying introducing variable, I'm saying introducing suitable variable. That is really important. Sometimes if you just introduce some variables, maybe too many variables, that makes your problem more complicated. And also using the right variable and denote the unknowns with suitable variables, then form your equation, solve this. That is what we are working on here, that technique. Okay, all right, Defna, I will have a look, okay, and after that we will discuss this. Maybe Defna tomorrow, even if we don't have class, all right, like 10 or 15 minutes, we can have discussion about certain problems. We can meet one-to-one. Okay, Musa, Defna. Last time also Musa said here the question, we just had a meeting like for 10 minutes, and I can explain if I have free time. Usually night time before the class, we can have a kind of short meeting, but not more than 15 minutes, okay? All right. So Daphne, can you read this, what is it, quotes, and we will finish this part of the chapter, and then we'll talk about something new and finish the class.
Okay. If you hang out with chickens, you're going to cluck. And if you hang out with eagles, you're going to fly. Teacher, there's like a Turkish professor, like sort of like doctor, that always talks about this and says, like, if the children even doesn't like science, but he grows up into a family that's like scientists, or there's a lot of science next to that person, that children will somehow learn science, even he hates it.
Yeah, that's not they hate it, but maybe they are not interested. Okay, usually we just use hate, but usually we don't hate, you know. If you are not interested, maybe we like something more than this, then because hates, I don't know, I don't want to use that word, it's so it has negative impact. You are right, Daphne. That means that if you have good friends, somehow you will be affected by your friends, right? Because after all, you're just practicing, even you don't like this, even you don't know this. It's like, for example, going to a restaurant with a group of people, right? And if you're going to a good restaurant, right? Anyway, even you like or not, you're going to eat a good food. And if you're going some, I don't know, not clean restaurant, even you are a good person, you like good food, but you're going to eat. That's there are a lot of examples to this. So what should we learn from this is we have to try to spend our time with good people, right? So that actually can make positive change in your life, or that makes you happy, that gives you some kind of motivation. Then anyway, you will be a good person, you know. So that is what we understand from this. Anyway, let me close this. Let me just show you what we are going to do next. It's not so difficult.
Teacher,
This part
this
was the most important. Yes, Daphne.
teacher, this quote is like the quote that says like, "Tell me your friend, I'll tell you who you are."
Yeah, that's right. That's also right. Because uh, very simple example is if you pick a person who's living in Turkey, right? That Turkish guy cannot be like American guy. Why? Because they are living in Turkish people, right? It's something like this. So that's why who actually you are spending time with. After all, you will be that kind of person.
Like how much ever you want to be someone else or from another religion or region or culture, the where the place that you grew up from, the like stuff that you were taught while you were a kid, it's like it never goes away. How much ever like I want English to be my first language, I can't make that happen. I can't change the past.
Yeah, that's right. Let me just give you one example, Daphne. Now you are living in Azerbaijan and you are from Turkey, and Musa maybe the whole lifetime he's living in Azerbaijan. I don't know, right? And languages are similar. But how about me, for example? I am Uzbek. You know, the original I'm from Uzbekistan. So that means that I have 4 kids. So you expect them to speak Uzbek, right? So now, because of their environment, you know, the friends, they go to an international school, so they speak only English. I tried very hard. I couldn't teach them Uzbek. Actually, we are Uzbek, you know, they don't speak their own mother language. So their first language is English. It's not Uzbek. So now it's so hard for them to speak English. Why? Because their friends they all speak English, because the cartoon they watch is all in English. The games they play, it is all English. So that means that's what can you do here? Actually, they are my kids. They are not somebody from outside. So that's why we have to choose our environment very well. And also here, Musa, Daphne, you are only 2 students. In some other groups, we are 3, 4 students. And now you are a bit more serious students. You know what you are doing. If you just keep doing this, you know, maybe sometimes you may not understand. I can feel that. You just keep doing this. I mean, 99% sure that this will pay off. You will see the result. It's like now planting trees, right? It's planting trees. one day you will start collecting your fruit. The important thing is do not give up. When you get tired, you can have some rest and relax. Again, get back to work if you believe that what you're doing right now is the right thing. Because you're growing, as you know, time is passing so fast, and day by day you are getting close to your university. After that, you need to choose the right major, and you have to choose the right career. And if you choose these things, the right one, the whole lifetime you will have a happy life, right? That is the most important thing. Good. Daphne, thank you very much for your thoughts, for your feedback. Guys, let me finish class for today. Next time we will talk about two things. They are very short. And also we will discuss about your test too. Okay. Daphne, Musa. Uh, Daphne, as I told you, if you have any problem, you can just message me. We can have a short meeting, like 10 or 15 minutes. We can discuss one-to-one. Maybe also this will be more efficient. At nighttime, I have more free time. Daytime, I'm quite busy. I'm at work. Okay. All right. Musa, Daphne, thank you very much. I
Thank
will
you,
meet
sir.
you on Thursday, right? Or Thursday or Wednesday.
Sure, sure.
Or we have class on Wednesday, I think.
Mm, let
Yes, we
let
have
me
class. Yeah,
let
we
me
have
watch.
class on Wednesday. Okay, guys. See you on Wednesday then. Bye bye.
Yes. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, Daphne. Thank you.